Chapter 20 Chapter 144 Take Off. JJ's POV. And what? Fried chicken, and what? I asked. And what? Legs, and what? Yuri answered. And what? We're both. Do we still need a seasoning? Mix, and what? And what? Maybe? Let's take it. And what? He said, picking up a package of chicken. Mix. We're currently at the supermarket. We decided to cook today. Going for a walk elsewhere would be boring. I'd just see the same kind of girls we saw earlier. Alas, we wandered around, looking for more things to buy besides what we needed for cooking. And what? Snacks. Should we get some? And what? Yuri asked, pointing at the chips. And what? Say. And what? We headed toward the snack aisle and grabbed a few things. We were like a couple shopping together. It was kind of funny. And what? All right, let's go to the cashier. And what? Since it was still early, there wasn't a long queue. Only a few people were around, so Yuri and I were first in line. While waiting for the cashier to finish scanning our items, I glanced at the 3 kilograms of chicken legs we bought. Where are we going to cook? I hugged Yuri, who was standing there, waiting for the cashier to finish. And what? Where are we going to cook? And what? I asked him. And what? At my place? We can't cook. At yours? Aries and I might end up fighting. And what? He had a point. The two of them were always on edge. It would be too much trouble. Better to just cook at his place and keep the peace. The cashier finished ringing up our items, and Yuri paid. I didn't contribute much except for helping choose what to buy. In the parking lot, we headed straight to his car. He placed the groceries on the passenger seat. And what? Come on. Let's cook our lunch. And what? He said, starting the car. The ride was quiet, but I noticed he kept smiling for no reason. What's up with him? And what? Hey, what's with you? And what? I called out. And what? Huh? And what? And what? You're smiling too. Yourself. And what? And what? Oh, ha ha ha. Sorry, I'm just excited. And what? I frowned. Yuri's acting weird. Maybe something's wrong with his brain and I just haven't figured it out yet. I don't want to marry a crazy person. We arrived at his expensive apartment building. The parking lot was in the basement. As we parked, I looked around at the other cars. I suddenly thought of King. What is he doing right now? Stop. Don't think about him, Jay. Yuri is with you. Focus on him. This is so wrong. I quickly got out of the car and reached for the groceries, but Yuri grabbed them first. And what? I can carry some. And what? And what? I got it. And what? He insisted. And what? Let's split them. And what? I said, trying to take a large plastic bag from him. And what? I can handle it. And what? He replied. I let it go and didn't argue. He was stubborn, just like his friends. We walked to the elevator. As the doors closed, I suddenly remembered something. Without warning, I raised my hand and smacked Yuri on the back of the head. And what? Ouch. What the hell? And what? He yelped in surprise. And what? Kingina. You told me it means cow, means idiot in Japanese. I just realized what it actually means. And what? I snapped. I remembered Calix saying it to Felix once. That's when I finally understood. Yuri had said the same thing to me before, when we slipped in the mud and I accidentally hit his. Well, you know, I had asked Calix about it, and he explained what it really meant, and quat, what the hell, and quat, you said it to me before, when it was raining, and we slipped in the mud, and I accidentally hit that, and quat, I explained. Flustered, Yuri fell silent, thinking. He seemed to recall the moment. He rubbed the back of his neck and looked down. And quat, well, I was just frustrated. Sorry. And quat, he muttered within. Awkward smile. At least now I know. Next time, if he says it again, I'll make sure he pays for it. And quat, maybe, and quat. I taunted him. His face suddenly turned serious. I was startled by his expression. And quat, JJ, and quat, he started. And quat, Aishateru, and quat, red heart. Opening square bracket. In Japanese, AISHITER you means I love you. Huh? What? I immediately raised my fist. And quat, you insulting me? And quat. He burst out laughing. That's it. He's completely lost it. I asked. Seriously. And he just laughed at me. His brain is definitely messed up. And quat. I'll teach you a few Japanese words, and quat, he said. And quat. Why? And quat. And quat. So that when I take you to Japan, you don't end up picking fights with people, and quat, he explained. He had a point. Maybe later, I'd just be offered food and end up starting a fight. And quat. Say, and quat. All right, let's start with greetings, and quat, he said, facing me. And quat, konnichiwa means good day, and quat. Konnichiwa. And quat, konnichiwa, and quat. I repeated. And quat, konbanwa means good evening, and quat. This is easy. I thought it would be difficult, considering how fast Yuri usually talks. I once heard him on the phone, speaking so quickly that it sounded like an alien language. And quat, how do you say thank you? And quat, I asked. And quat, arigatou gozaimasu, and quat. N.A. Gozaimasu is pronounced as gozaimasu. Just then, the elevator doors opened. I hadn't realized it because I was too busy trying to imitate what he said. And quat. What? Arabato nilamas, and quat. Yuri suddenly stopped and looked at me. At the same time, I glanced outside and saw his maid standing there. Oh no! And I had said that way too loudly. They all turned to look at me, as if trying to figure out what I had just said. I bit my lower lip and quickly moved closer to Yuri, hiding behind him. So embarrassing. Yuri cleared his throat to get their attention, and they immediately greeted him. And quat. Take off your shoes. Let's go to the kitchen. And quat, he told me. I did as he said, still walking slightly bent over from embarrassment. I wasn't even paying attention to where we were going until we reached the kitchen. It had a modern design, but the wooden floor and the traditional Japanese style items still gave it an authentic feel. And quat, you handle the chicken. And I'll make the pasta, and quat, he said after unpacking the groceries. He was planning to make spaghetti. No one had a birthday. He just felt like cooking. He took something from a small drawer nearby and walked over to me. I was surprised when he put an apron on me. Red heart. And quat. So you don't get dirty, and quat, he said. I nodded awkwardly. Fancy. I usually just wear a t-shirt when cooking. Sometimes, I even use my shirt as a rag. While preparing the ingredients, I kept repeating and quat, thank you and quat. in Japanese to make sure I got it right. I didn't want to embarrass myself again, especially if someone else heard me. And quat, arigato, go go go, and quat, I mumbled. And quat, arigato gozaimasu, and quat, Yuri corrected. And quat, arigato gozaimasu, and quat, I tried again, but he suddenly burst out laughing. Puffed. Annoying. I thought it was easy, but it turned out to be difficult. What a pain. I don't want to do this anymore. He's just making fun of me. And quat, I don't want to do this. You're just laughing at me. And quat, I said, annoyed. And quat, because, and quat, he suddenly grabbed my chin and turned my face toward him. And quat, follow my lips, and quat. Although surprised, I did as he said. And quat, arigato, and quat, he pronounced slowly. And quat, arigato, and quat, I repeated. And quat, gozaimasu, and quat, gozai, and quat. I didn't get to finish. What? There. Because his lips were suddenly on mine, shameless. He totally took advantage of the situation. Red heart. I was frozen in place, unable to move. My brain completely shut down. This guy. He just went ahead and stole a kiss like it was nothing. Red heart. That's it. It'll be a whole year before we do anything again. He pulled away slightly and looked at me, smiling as he wiped my lips with his thumb. Red heart. And quat, I'll teach you again next time. But for now, let's continue cooking. And quat, he said, and went back to preparing his dish. I felt like a fool as I returned to what I was doing, even though my mind was completely blank. I was still in shock over what Yuri had just done. My heartbeat wasn't normal either. What was that? Why am I acting like this? I had no idea how long I stayed like that, but I somehow managed to finish cooking. Meanwhile, Yuri was still working on his dish. I was starting to get bored. And quat, how much longer? And quat, I asked. And quat, just be patient. And quat, he replied. While waiting for the spaghetti sauce to cook, Yuri started putting away the ingredients we had used. I felt bad just standing around, so I helped him clean up. I even threw some of the trash away. While tidying up, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain on the side of my palm. And quat, and quat, I gasped and immediately grabbed my hand. I looked at what I had touched. Damn it. There was a knife lying next to it. Yuri immediately rushed over to support me. And quat, blood, TSK. And quat, he muttered. My entire body trembled. It felt like someone had poured ice-cold water over me. I could feel the blood running down the side of my hand. Oh no, not now. And quat, hold still. I'll just get something. And quat, do not. And quat, I shouted, stopping him. And quat, don't leave. And quat, I held the wound tightly, refusing to look at it. I was scared. What if it happened again? I just squeezed my eyes shut. And quat, I'm just going to get some things. And quat, please? Why, Yuri? Don't leave. And quat, I insisted. I heard him tear a paper towel before he gently placed it on my hand. Even with my eyes closed, I felt my tears start to fall. And quat, SSSAH? It's okay, don't cry. And quat, Yuri said softly, wiping my tears. And quat, it's just a small wound, nowhere near anything serious. And quat, true, it was just a small Cut. Not serious. But I couldn't help being afraid. What if it happened again? What if I lost control and ended up hurting myself? Right now, he's the only one in front of me, and I don't want to hurt him. Please don't. And quote. I'm scared. I don't want to hurt you, and quote. I whispered. I knew Yuri was surprised because he suddenly went silent. And quote. Oh, it's okay. Why would I get hurt? You're the one who got injured. And quote. And quote. Please? Why, Yuri? Call Kiefer. And quote. I requested him. I knew I did wrong. It felt wrong because I was facing Yuri. But Kiefer understood my situation. I knew he wouldn't just dismiss it. And quote. I'm here. Why do I need to call Kiefer? And quote.